efficiency, and the result is that what we can spend other people's money on, in turn, will save dollars, tax dollars, not just this year, but next year. So, for instance, the largest grant is part of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. That's a stimulus package from 2 years ago from the Obama administration. And this is called the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant. It comes from the Department of Energy. And Montclair was fortunate enough to win $155,000. And we will spend that money on, as I said, upgrades to municipal buildings and municipal offices to reduce our use of gas and electric in the municipal building, the public works building, the fire stations, the police buildings, and all of our other municipal buildings. Mostly from lighting, it's incredible how much money can be saved, but also we need some new boilers and chillers that are outmoded, and by putting in new ones, they'll last longer but also save money. I can also leverage some of that federal money to take advantage of a state program that's offered by the Board of Public Utilities called the Direct Install Program. They will pay 60% of a program just for municipalities, only for energy efficiency. That's efficiency. That's not solar panels or renewable energy. It's efficiency, making the building smarter and getting the same service with less energy use. They'll pay 60%. So we've got a $100,000 project that we're going to do in the municipal building, the public works building, and 2 firehouses. Those 4 buildings. $100,000 of new lighting and a new boiler in the Valley Road firehouse. $60,000 will be paid by this Board of Public Utilities program, and the 40% Montclair will pay from my federal dollars that I brought in. So the taxpayers don't pay one dime, and the best thing is that the result of those upgrades will save $35,000 this year, next year, the same next year, every year from now on. And just yesterday, I met with the contractor from the Direct Install. We went to the public safety building, and when we got in there were 2 of these inspectors. They do a walkthrough. I walked through every room except for the cell block. I wasn't allowed in there, but I have an intimate history of knowing about that area. So the point is, but the point is, their eyes went wide. They said, "Great, you're going to get big savings, probably another $10,000." So maybe $45,000 of savings just from this, again, paid for by the feds and by the Board of Public Utilities. That's great news for Montclair, because anything that saves money is a help. We've also been blessed with what's called a program from Sustainable Jersey, and this is kind of innovative, but it does help the business districts in Montclair. I don't know how many of you are shop owners right in Montclair. I know some of you are, but we're going to be able to bring in some electric charging stations for the new electric vehicles. And I can tell you folks, if you haven't been hearing this, I'm telling you, in the next decade, not in a year, not in the next 2 or 3 years, but over the next decade, I'm telling you, the public, the private car and SUV transportation sector in America is going to transform. We are going to move away from gasoline and diesel very, very quickly. Not completely, but I'm saying there's going to be a transformation that we haven't seen since the internal combustion engine. This is going to be a very, very exciting time, and Montclair is establishing itself as the first town in New Jersey that will provide these public charging stations. If you live in Montclair and you buy an electric car, you'll charge up at home. But if you're driving around, you want to know that you can charge up someplace. In fact, people won't buy electric cars unless they know that they can charge up at any place that they want to go. So that's a hindrance until towns start to install these charging stations. And I can tell you, in a decade, you'll think back to this dinner and you'll remember what I said, is that every shopping mall, every movie theater, every downtown business district will have these public charging stations that are available for people to just plug in their car and top up so that they can get to wherever they go. And Montclair will be the first one. Anybody who buys an electric car will have, either on their dashboard or even an application on their phone, their smartphone, something that tells them exactly where they can charge up, so that if they start to get a little bit low, or if you live in Morristown, you commute to Sparta or vice versa, and I invite you to come to Montclair for our fabulous restaurants and our movie theaters and a business dinner with the Rotary Club, and you're a little worried that you can't quite get back on the charge in your car, then you remember, that's right, Montclair has those charging stations. And so there you come. It makes Montclair, again, a destination location for people throughout North Jersey to know that they can charge up their cars.